Hey there, it's Ken Roby again, working on the 1995 Baja 236 with the 454 carbureted engine. Today I am going to replace the exhaust manifold riser gaskets. I noticed at the end of summer that I had a little bit of water around the one on the right side, and might as well go ahead now, since we're in winter and 6 degrees here in Ohio, that I will go ahead and change these. The parts that I'm talking about are the gasket inside this riser. You can see a little bit of rust down here in the bottom. Looks like it's fairly easy to change. Basically about 4 bolts, 2 clamps. From what I can see, I've never done this before, so that's a first. The other side does have the shifting mechanism on it, which I have already put in the forward position just a hair, in order to move this back so that I can shove this if I want, to get to these exposed bolts here, to get that off in order to get that riser out. So we'll get this camera set up and we'll okay, so we're gonna start on the one here on the right side of the motor, as I'm facing it first. Looks like the easier one of the two to get to. So looks like it's about a 9/16 again. So what we're going to do is we're going to break our 4 bolts loose. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Looks like this side is slotted. That side is slotted. So we're going to go ahead and break these loose, and we'll see what happens here. I believe this one's going to be holding my oil filter assembly, by the looks of it, yes. So what this one's going to do, once I take it off, it's going to allow this oil filter assembly to be moved. Okay, I'll take one bolt out there, the other bolt out there, and we're just going to slide that out of the way. Okay, so we've got 2 more bolts here, one on each side. Looks like I can get in there with the ratchet still, even though it's on an angle. You know, before I do that, I'm going to loosen the 2 clamps up. These 2 boots going on the exhaust, they go out the back. And I'm going to loosen these up, because it looks to me like that thing is just going to slide right out of there. I've never done this before. I've had this boat for a few years now, and completely redid the whole inside of it and everything, and it shines, and it's a wonderful boat, but I've never done anything to the engine other than regular maintenance items. So doing these little things like the water pump I did, it seemed like it was kind of loose. And that one also, maybe that's why they were leaking, but we are going to go ahead and replace them regardless. And we're just going to work this bolt out here. Grab hold of it, set it here on the engine block. Looks like we can go to the side here. Yes, because it is slotted. We can get the ratchet on the other bolt. It's a little tighter. So I'm going to get the ratchet on it. Work that out. Okay, seems like it's all out of there. Maybe not. Take it off. There we go. Get that out. Off to the side. Grab my bolt. And that's it. Oh. It is loose. It is wiggling. Looks like it's working its way out of the boot. Nice and easy here. Try not to tear anything else loose. And it is out. There we go. So, I'm going to set this off to the side here for a second. And here's my gasket. Yeah, it definitely looks like it was leaking here and here. Maybe it came loose from the vibration of the motor, not sure. But we're going to go ahead and replace that the way it came out. We're going to take a good look at that, the way it's in there. And I see some rust and stuff here. I might want to get that out of there. Turn up on the side where I can get it with the finger there. Get that up out of there. Right there on the sidewall. Little piece of rust, looks like scale right there. I'm gonna chip that all out of the way. Okay, we're gonna take our cordless drill and I'm going to clean that area up. And I'm going to change my wire on there so it's not so aggressive like this. Just a regular wire wheel on a Porter cable gun. And we're going to clean this area up. Nice and clean. Alright, now we're going to grab our other end of it. Let's see what she looks like on the other side. Oh, it's fairly clean on that side. But we'll give it a quick hit and polish it up as well. Just a little bit of rust on it. That's it. Alright, here's our new gaskets. I just bought these on eBay. Did not go through Mercruiser or anything like that. Very expensive. These came out of Fat Boys H2O Motorsports. I'm not sure where they're at, but I ordered them off eBay. I'm going to say they were right around $20. And we're going to go ahead. These are nice performance gaskets, nice and thick gasket material. That's why I went with them. And we're going to put this in like so. Then we pulled the other one out this way. We're going to put this one in the same way. We're going to put it in upside down like so, so that these gaskets are in the right spots. I don't think it makes a difference. In fact, I'm sure it doesn't make a difference. So I'm just going to put them right back down on this way, because that's a hole slotted area. This is a hole slotted area. Anything that's going to come through there is going to come through there. Okay, so we're going to hold that off for a minute. I'm going to take my riser here and I'm going to slide it back in a little bit. start getting it in. I'm going to work it in so that I don't chew that gasket up. Okay, that's in its spot. It dropped in the hole. I'm going to take my gasket. I'm going to drop my gasket in underneath. I'm going to slide it up to where it needs to be. I'm going to set that right down on top of her there. Okay. I'm going to start my front bolt in. Get my ratchet here. Get that front bolt going in. I'm going to get it down almost to the base of the riser there. And I'm going to slide the riser over. Now I'm going to get my next bolt, slide it in here. Get this whole gasket out of here. And we're going to twist that bolt down in. Even though it's on a little bit of an angle, it's still working. Grab my ratchet here. This is a pretty easy task. I mean, I'm not a professional boat mechanic by any means or anything like that. I just like to tinker around with motors. Started at a very young age, so this isn't anything that anyone else can do. All right, so we got the first two bolts in. We're going to take our oil assembly here and we're going to set it back on. Two longer bolts. We're going to drop them down in. And we're going to get one started. Help hold that up a little bit. Get that ran down in so it's a little bit snug. And don't drop it down in there. Get your second one. Get to where she's going straight down in. You don't want to strip anything like this. You don't want to force anything. You definitely don't want to use an impact wrench. Good old hands and ratchets. Okay, we're going to snug down there. Come in the back here. Always crisscross when you're tightening things down. Make sure they are all even. And that's it. That is one side down. So okay, we're going to move over to the other side of the motor here, and you can see what's going on over here. We have the assembly for the shifter. Now, I've never removed one of these, but looks like there's about 4 bolts in it. I'm gonna have get a little 1/4 inch here with an 11 mil on it. I think that that's going to be my ticket. Taking this assembly off. Okay, you want to be very careful. You don't want to drop anything. There's my probably got a magnet out of the toolbox. Get these washers off, but I did not. Okay, so there's one. down here. There's one underneath. Kind of hidden that you can't see. Loose there. Get that one out. I'm gonna take these nuts and stick them over here because just my luck, I'll hit something here. And we're going to take out the third one right here. I'm trying to go as fast as I can here, but I'm also trying to learn right along with you. I apologize if you think this is taking too long, but it looks like a really simple process. There is my washer there. There is no washer on the bottom, and all I'm doing is setting that assembly off to the side. That's your shifter mechanism. Okay, you got these little brass bushings on here, spacers. I'm going to take them off. Okay, as you can see down in there, we do have some rust on this side as well. So it looks like these have come loose and they've been leaking for a little while. So we're just going to go through the same process here. And I'm going to loosen my clamp. With my regular screwdriver. Hopefully this one comes out just as easy. Make it nice and loose, both sides. That clamp is not wanting to cooperate, so we'll push on a little bit. Hopefully it starts. Yes, there it goes. These clamps get old. These are probably, I can't say they're the originals. I'm not the original owner on this boat. I believe I'm the third owner on this boat. But I'm sure that none of this stuff has been replaced. Like, I'm thinking we have a lot of original parts here. I said this boat's a 95. Okay, I've almost got one out here. Take it here. There. These seem pretty tight. So over here. Get this other one out. The problem, they're just being a little stubborn. These are a little bit more rusted up. There we go. Now this one's got a ground wire hooked to it and also a circuit relay reset. Basically, a big giant fuse. There, busted loose. I'm going to go ahead and roll it to the side. See if we can't get this other one out of here. There we go. Now, all we got to do is wiggle this riser out. This one seems like it's stuck in there pretty good. I'll stick a screwdriver in alongside the boot here. Open it up. Hear that little snap there? Kind of let loose a little bit on one side. Kind of open it up. We're going to fall in here. Let me try wiggling this. Pause for a second, and we'll come right. Okay, so what we're going to end up doing this one, I can't budge this. I'm going to take the back two clamps off, which go into the exhaust tube itself, where the captain's call mechanism is, and I'm hoping that I can get this to break loose right here and slide out. There, we get some space in it now. There we go. We'll just pull the whole thing off. Leg out of here. Pull the entire assembly off, and we will just replace the boot out here. We'll slide it off with my pry bar. All right, I'm going to get this off of here, and I'll be right back. All right, so we were able to get that off of there, and I took the clamps off and realized that we don't even need to get that boot off. So what we're going to do is we're just going to set this aside. We're going to get our gasket out, take our gasket out of here, pry under it a little bit. This is a part metal gasket. I'm just going to kind of work it. I'm just going to pop it out of here. It's coming out nice. It's going to come out completely intact. Yeah. Now there is some scale and stuff in here. A little bit of deposits from the, I'm going to call that scale from the water we go in. Bust all that out of there. Okay, I'm going to get my grinder or my wire brush. Let me clean her up. There's a scale deposit there. I'm going to want to get rid of. Right here's a little bit of scale. go. And over here as well. Clean that all up. Looks like we're good and clean. Looks like we've got some little casting marks here. Clean them up. All right, now we're going to clean up the bottom of this, which is not bad at all. Flip it over, get it ready. We're going to get our clamps that we took off, that I didn't need to take off. And I'm going to put them back on. Get them back in place. 1, 2, and third one, it goes on the end here, and we're going to work this right back on. This right back onto our exhaust here. Okay, just going to slide right on nice and easy. And get it back in the position of where it needs to be, which is right there. We are going to get our gasket. Slide our gasket in underneath. And get it in position. Right there. We've got 4 bolts. We're going to go ahead and get our 2 outers started here. In. Okay, we're going to slide it over and stick our other one in, because remember the front of that manifold is, the riser is slotted. So we'll run it down close. We're going to slide it right back over top of it. Snug those 2 down. Run our 3rd one in. Get our 4th. Now remember, our 4th holds this circuit breaker and it looks to be a ground wire. You can put everything back the way you got it. That started in. That one started in. My ratchet here. It's not started in. Okay, so we're going to get this one. Alright, there we go. We've got her in now. We're going to work that one down with our ratchet. snug them down in a crisscross pattern. And last but not least, number 4. Alright, we're going to tighten them all down. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's it. Gasket is in. We're going to slide our shifting mechanism back into place after we put 3 brass bushings on it, or spacers. It holds it away. And since it's a plastic, well, maybe it's kind of a metal. It probably also helps with heat. So we're going to run that in and put our bolt there, our washer there, not here. Washer here. Not here. And our other nut. We're going to get started on the bottom. And we're going to snug up. And that is it. Your exhaust manifold riser gaskets are now replaced, and all that's left to do is to tighten up your clamps going from your risers to your exhaust. One, there's 2, two on each side. Three. Make sure that these are good and snug. Not too snug that you strip them. Swing around. And this is it. Both exhaust manifold riser gaskets have been replaced. So I should not have any water leakage coming up this season. So with that being said, thank you for watching my video. I hope it was educational for you. I apologize that I'm a little bit slow in doing things. I'm just all new to this, and I'm going to try to do as many how-to videos as I can and maybe help somebody out. Thank you very much, and everybody have a great day.